What's up, YouTube? It's your boy AyksTV, the #1 PvE resource on YouTube. How y'all doing? Why I said PvE? Because there's a whole bunch of really great godly PvP people out there, and man, they are so good. So shout out to all the PvP survival hunters. I'm learning from you guys, and I appreciate everything you guys are doing out there. So today I wanted to bring you another video, and this time as a Mythic Plus video, as 16 Halls of Atonement on a Tyrannical week, baby. No one likes to do keys on Tyrannical, and I'll explain a bit later. But you know how we do. Shout out to everybody out there, all my current subscribers, all my future subscribers, all my followers, everybody that has been commenting on all my videos. I appreciate it, and I am actually thankful to a lot of you guys, like in the Discord. People have said that I've helped them out a lot, so I appreciate you all. Thank you. But yeah, if you do liking this content, please like, please subscribe, hit the bell notification, turn that all on. It just helps me out knowing that there are people out there that like my videos, and hopefully we'll be able to reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers. So I just want to do a couple of announcements. First thing first is that so previously I usually focus on the PvE side of Survival Hunter, but after watching a lot of YouTubers online for PvP, I've been dabbling myself into PvP recently, and it's quite fun, quite stressful, but quite fun. So I'll be, once I have a couple of highlights and stuff, I'll be uploading some of my highlights and journey on trying to get to 1.4k rating to start off with, and then aim higher, of course, as well. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I'm not one of the best survival hunters. I'm not even average at PvP survival hunter, so I'll be learning quite slow, but hopefully you guys again will enjoy, and I'll be able to make all the survival PvP hunters proud. What else I've been doing? I've been actually doing some elemental shaman PvP. I'll be doing that as well. I was watching the recent EU AWC and ZPie from the winners from Skillcapped EU. He played an insane elemental shaman, so I was like, I'll try that out. And I have to actually say it's quite fun, quite very stressful, playing from a melee PvP to a range PvP. But man, it is quite fun. The burst is actually insane. But yeah, 2 quick announcements. I thought I'd share that with you. So we're going to be moving from pure PvE survival hunter into PvP survival hunter, and also going to throw in some elemental shaman stuff that's coming out very soon. So let's get to the big juice, the big key. So first I wanted to start with what the key is, the affixes, and how I pretty much try and play this as best as possible. So the key is tyrannical. So tyrannical has the boss health and damage increased by 40%. This has actually been nerfed. So in the current week, so which is a fortified week, next week is tyrannical again, but they've actually nerfed it. So previously, like I said, it was 40% health and damage. What it is now, it's actually 30% health and damage. So it's going to make keys on tyrannical weeks, you probably want to start doing more now. Usually whenever it was a tyrannical week, I would just do something else. I'd play a different game, I'd level new characters, and all that. But now when tyrannical weeks, I can actually PvP, like I said before. But yeah, tyrannical weeks, you just do something else. It was just really not enjoyable at all. So hopefully in the following weeks, it's gonna not be as bad. You could maybe even say they're sort of half push weeks, depending on what the other two affixes are. But tyrannical shouldn't be as bad. The next affix is bolstering. So bolstering, whenever you kill a non-boss monster, it will give a bolstering buff to all the mobs around it, including bosses, a 20% health increase. So if you don't pretty much kill all the mobs together, pretty much you'll bolster one mob, and one mob is going to get an insane amount of health, and it's just going to take forever. They can take even longer than boss fights. So having a group that has good coordination to be able to single target the priority mobs in the group, and then also AoE around all the other mobs at the same time is really good. So in this key here, we've actually pugged is it Havoc? Yeah, Havoc Demon Hunter. The Havoc Demon Hunter wasn't listening to our calls, saying to DPS them all down. As you can see, that there were a lot of mobs that got bolstering that were still high HP and didn't go low enough. So it took a little bit longer to get through the trash packs, but it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad in the end. I think he listened during of the second boss, which there's not that much trash anyway. And then the final one is necrotic. So any melee attack against a person will put a necrotic dot which stacks up. What this necrotic does it does some dot ticking damage, and also reduces the healing that you get per stack. So once the tank reaches 50 stacks, I think it's 50 stacks or 40 stacks, they are immune to healing. So you're wondering, how do we help your tank? A lot of things. Tar trap, binding shot, freeze trap, intimidation, all those kind of things. So how I play it is, whenever I see my tank get to about I like to say 15 stacks, because they stack up pretty quick. When I can see that they're ramping up to 15 stacks on trash mobs, what I will do is throw my binding shot down, and the tank should run away to reset their stacks, because they get stunned for 8 seconds once they get out of the binding shot, which is enough time for them to go out and come back in. So again, binding shot, tar trap, you want to use these on cooldown. Well, maybe not cooldown, but you want them to run. You want to run those and use them as much as possible to help your tank. And I think in a clip coming up, if there's a straggler that's running at your tank, just one straggler, and he's on high percent, use your intimidation. Hit intimidation and stun him. Give that tank that slight 6 seconds to be able to reset their necrotic stacks. So Survival Hunter has a lot of different tools on necrotic weeks. So necrotic weeks can be on tyrannical and fortified. So that's just a tip, like a tip of the spear. Nah, just joking. It's a tip. Use your tar traps, use your binding shots, help them out. You do have the talent. You don't get post haste, but binding shot is going to help you out in a lot of keys. So just try and pay attention to your tank stacks on necrotic. So that's how much I pretty much play the key. It's all about keeping a tank alive. In keys, another thing that a lot of common mistakes I think people actually do is they don't use their cooldowns enough. So one thing that you'll see me do in my keys, regardless if it's fortified or if it's tyrannical, what I'll do is I'll be popping my cooldowns every single time. You'll see me using coordinated assault with wild spirits on a one target trash pack. Like, if you're holding your DPS, you're losing DPS. So that's one thing that if I could shout out to other people that are learning to do Mythic Plus, just use your cooldowns. Like, literally, just use every single cooldown that you can possibly use all the time. Fair enough. Like in tyrannical weeks, you want your cooldowns up for bosses. But if you've been doing keys a lot, you'll know when your cooldowns will be coming back up. So you can plan them. So like at the start of the key, you bust all your cooldowns. In Halls of Atonement, it takes about 8 minutes roughly on a non-fortified week to be able to use your Wild Spirits Coordinated Assaults 3 times before the Tyrannical boss. And on a fortified week, it takes about 11 minutes, depending on your tank, of course. It takes around 11 minutes from the start till first boss on fortified weeks. So you can use your lust in the beginning, lust on the first boss, and you'll be able to use your Coordinated Assault, Wild Spirits 4 times before the first boss. So there are things where you just need to understand how the timings work, and that's how you do big damage. Like at the end of the keys, like your overall is just going to scale higher. So just that's all you have to think about. Think about not wanting to do big damage on one pool. For Mythic Plus, it's all about doing a lot of damage throughout the whole dungeon and the overall. So use your cooldowns. Do more keys. Try and get, like, once you get keys done like 10 and higher, you'll start understanding how much damage you're doing, how much damage the group is doing, timings on from start to first boss, from first boss to second boss to third boss, and all that kind of stuff. So you start to be able to plan your cooldowns, use them more. On, like I mentioned, if on tyrannical weeks and you need your cooldowns on the bosses, you'll know when you can use your cooldown on a pack before it comes up on the boss. And just remember, with Prideful in the game and giving you extra damage, haste, and all that kind of things, your cooldowns don't really matter too much because it lasts 1 minute. If your cooldowns come up halfway through Prideful, they'll still be going through to the Prideful buff, right? So Coordinated Assault is 20 seconds, Wild Spirits 18 seconds. You can use Coordinated Assault and Wild Spirits in between while Prideful is happening. So that's just one tip. Always use your cooldowns, always keep pumping, because we actually really shine in on trash. So the more damage you do on trash, the less damage you have to pass on bosses, right? Nah, just joking. It's all the same. The last thing to note is that this is pre the 5% buff, aura buff that we got in the recent reset. So this is pre 5% buff. So, like I mentioned, I hope everybody is staying safe, keeping well. Again, if you enjoy my videos, hit that like, the subscribe, the bell notification. And again, if you have any questions, comment down below. Come join the Discord. Again, the Discord's still relatively new. But if you have any questions, hopefully I can answer them for you. If you want any specific videos that you want recorded, one person requested a conduit and soulbind video, which I'll be creating throughout my time. So it might not be next, it might be further down the track, but I think that is one of my priority ones, because the priority video is pretty much showing what you should have, what you can use, how they work, because I want you guys to push. I want you guys to be able to get into high keys and not get kicked out. So I appreciate you all. I really hope you enjoy this video and my channel. I appreciate you all. I'm closing on 1,000 subs. Share my video, share everywhere. But until then, stay safe, stay COVID free, and I'll see you in the world of Azeroth. Oh yeah, wait, one other thing. If you guys want to help me PvP, do some 2v2s or whatnot, if you're Alliance on Oceanic or US, my thingy's down below, my battle tag is down below. Hit me an ad. I'd love to learn more PvP, do some skirmishes, do some BGs with you all. But until then, I bid you adieu. Peace. Peace, peace.